need to turn your brain off if you're going to get a good night's sleep. If you're in the habit of bringing your laptop to bed or you're looking at emails, with the light out, yeah, that is going to really have an effect on your sleep. Hello, this is Lorraine, and welcome to Healthy Living, Spirit, Soul, and Body. So today I think I'm going to talk about some tips to how to get a good night's sleep. One of the things that I have learned is that most people don't get a good night's sleep. Most people walk around the day feeling tired and sluggish and have very little energy because they've been waking up in the middle of the night, or they lay in bed when it's their time to go to sleep, and they're just laying there and they're not falling into a sleep, or they don't fall into a deep sleep. So did a little research, and I just thought I'd share about 10 tips on how to get a good night's sleep. Exercise, or getting yourself active, is one of the things that will help you have a good night's sleep. Some people literally are in a half sleep state all day, and they wonder why they're not able to get to sleep. One of the most healthiest things you can do is do something during the day to make yourself active. That way, when your head hits the pillow, you're tired. Another little tip is the importance of getting sunshine or getting outside during the day. Obviously, if you sit in your home all day, say you work from home, you may not be getting outside, and just exposing yourself to sunlight or even daylight helps with your circadian rhythm, which really is a way of your body knowing when to wake up and when to go to sleep. And when you mess with that, you can kind of throw yourself off, and maybe you're sleeping during the day or you're awake at night. So one of the things that you need to do is even spend 10 minutes outside and get yourself exposed to daylight or sunlight. So some of you actually have bad habits that you've gotten into that are hard to break. First of all, you have to cut down on the noise when you're going to sleep. Now, sometimes that is unavoidable. I mean, if you live in the city, you're going to have traffic noise or whatever. If that's true, if that's the case, then get some kind of ambient noise to kind of drown out distractions. When you're trying to fall asleep, and especially get into a deep sleep, if you have sudden noises or fire alarms or whatever, you want to eliminate that as much as possible. The second thing is you want to get rid of TV screen light and computer screen light. They say that light actually mimics or is very similar to sunlight, and it kind of throws off your circadian rhythm, like I mentioned earlier, and you don't want that. It kind of keeps your brain active. You need to turn your brain off if you're going to get a good night's sleep. So I would really say, if you're in the habit of bringing your laptop to bed or you're looking at emails, with the light out, yeah, that is going to really have an effect on your sleep. Your bed should be for sleeping, and you need to get your body and your brain in a habit of seeing that. So when you're going to bed, you need to have a bedtime routine that you do pretty much every day. Kind of like, when you have a small child and you're trying to train them to go to sleep, you need to train yourself. So don't have any heavy meals before you go to sleep. You need to turn down the lights, do some reading. Don't watch anything on TV that's going to get you all excited and get your mind going. You kind of want to turn your brain off at least an hour to a half hour before you get to sleep. So some of the things that you can add to your routine is a hot bath or a hot shower. which will relax your body. Also, drink a warm glass of milk. There are certain chemical properties in milk that are a natural sedative, okay? So along with getting exercise during the day to help you go to sleep, you need to have consistency in when you go to sleep. Again, it goes back to the circadian rhythm. Your body gets used to falling asleep at a certain time. Consistency has a lot to do with getting good regular night's sleeps. You're building muscle memory, okay? You know, if you have swing shifts, that can be really tough. I know at one point in my life I did have a job working for Mr. Donut, believe it or not, and sometimes I would work the midnight shift and I would get home and it was awful. I mean, trying to get to sleep and it's light out, and it's just real important to go to sleep at the same time if you can. So here's some things to add to your nighttime routine. Turn down the lights, read, set a cooler temperature on your thermostat. Your body actually does better sleeping when it's cooler. I mean, put a hot blanket or put a blanket on you if you're cold. That's not the point. You need to be breathing cooler air. Listen to some soothing music in the background as you're getting ready for bed. Get into your pajamas about an hour before you go to sleep. You're getting your body, you're creating muscle memory. You're getting your body to know that it's time to go to sleep. Pray, reflect. One of the things that I do before I go to sleep is I write down 3 things that I'm thankful for. Okay, it seals the day so I can have good memories about my day. Really, everything is how you see it, right? So if I go to sleep and I think I had a rotten day, that may affect my sleep patterns. But if I am thankful and I'm looking for things that were good that happened in my day, it creates peace. It's gonna put joy and hope in my heart, okay? It's gonna help me see things really through God's eyes. Put your phone on vibrate or turn it off at all. Don't have notifications waking you up in the middle of the night. Really, there's no possible way you can get a good night's sleep if you're worried about who's texting you, who's calling you. Unless, of course, you have kids and they're traveling or whatever, but that should be the exception to the rule. So lastly, 2 more things. One is you really need to avoid naps, especially if they're later in the day. Some people say that you shouldn't have a nap after noon. But in my mind, it's not so much when you take the nap, it's how long you take the nap. Every so often, I hardly ever nap during the day, but every so often I may take a 15-minute nap, and I will literally set my phone, because you don't want your body falling into too deep a sleep. You want it to just be there almost as a refresher. Take a nap to refresh yourself, not to make yourself go to sleep, okay? So that's a really good rule of thumb. And last but not least, you need to have a room that's dark. This will really make a difference. Years ago, I had an alarm clock that was bright. I mean, I thought I needed to see what time it was in the middle of the night, so I would never turn the light off. And I happened to hear something about the importance of it being dark. And that was like 2 years ago. And since then, I always turn the light off on my alarm. And it's amazing how much quicker I fall asleep, and how much quicker I fall into a deep sleep. So get room darkening blinds if you have to. Turn the light on your alarm clock off. The darker, the better. So I hope you enjoyed some of these tips. I hope you're going to take them to heart and put them into practice. There's nothing worse than not having a good night's sleep every night, especially if it's a regular occurrence. Break some of the habits of having a TV on in your room, falling asleep to the TV set. Have your room be for sleeping only. Here's another thing that I didn't mention. If for some reason you're awake at night and you're concerned about something, you're thinking about the next day, do a brain dump. if you don't know what that is, get a piece of paper and write down all the things you're worried about. Sometimes writing things down helps put things in perspective. Another thing, set up a schedule for the following day. Let yourself make a list, not a crazy list, but a realistic list of maybe 2 or 3 things that you want to get done the next day. That way it's kind of, once it's on paper, it's off your mind. Again, I hope that helped you. Please hit the notification bell and subscribe to this channel. I have a goal, and I'm going to post this on Facebook too, but I have a goal of hitting 100 subscribers by the end of the year. So help me reach that goal. If for some reason you subscribe and it says that you have to have an account first, just join YouTube. It's no big deal. They're not asking for money. And I mean, I've done it and I'm as suspicious as the next guy. But start an account, and that way you can subscribe and help me reach 100 subscribers, okay? Have a wonderful day. Enjoy the fall weather, and the leaves are going to get more and more beautiful as time goes on. Okay, bye-bye.